So when I was first married and my first child came, I remember my wife complaining because she had a breast infection. And we tried some antibiotics and they didn't work. My mom, who was a big natural person, I guess that's maybe where it all started with me too, told us about castor oil. And she was a big Edgar Casey fan. I don't know if you ever heard of him before, but he was the pioneer back years ago, 100 years ago, with natural things. And he recommends castor oil and all the things it can do. What castor oil does is it draws out the fluids, draws out the toxins. And so what we did is we tried it. We said, okay, you know, if we can't, we tried 2 scripts of antibiotics, didn't work, and we tried the castor oil and it worked beautifully. And we then recommended it to probably 3 or 4 other of her friends, and they all had success with it as well. So I want to tell you about castor oil, and don't worry if you think that if you think it's an old wives' tale, that's fine. If you don't want to do it, that's okay. But if you ever get to the point where you're having also, let's talk about this first, bronchial issues. If you're having pneumonia, if you're having congestion in your chest, this also works for it very, very well. We've tested it. We've got one child that deals with chronic problems with her lungs, and this is a way for her to clear her lungs. So this is how it works. Castor oil looks like this. I would buy a bigger bottle than this. They have 2 different choices. Buy the bigger bottle because you're going to end up using that if you find that you like it and it's a reasonable price at a bigger bottle. What you'll do is you'll take, I would say about 3 capfuls of this. This is the best way to explain it to you, or maybe 2 to 3 ounces, and put it in a pan like so. Get it nice and warm, but be careful because even when it's not hot, you touch it and you'll burn yourself. But you want it so warm that when it touches the body, you can feel that heat coming out. So what you'll do is you'll put it on a wool flannel cloth, and this is what they look like, wool flannel, and that's the package, and the cloth looks like this. Cut it up to a size that fits over the person's chest. You'll get about 3 or 4 of them in there, and you can cut them up to any size you want, but you want to get it so it fits completely over the chest like this. So what I do is, when after I put it in there, I take the cloth and just wrap it around there. I get it soaked up in there really good. What you want to do is soak it up real good. Then I bring a towel, because when I'm bedside with somebody, I put it in the towel so I don't have to carry it. Keep it warm like that. Put it over their chest first. And then what you do is you want to put this towel over it, because you want to be able to, you don't want your clothes or get oil on your clothes, and also protects you from the next thing you're going to do. You're going to put a heating pad on there. So on top of that, you put a heating pad, put it on high, and do this for about an hour to 2 hours. And the neat thing is, I always like to do it before we go to bed. So if the kids are going to bed, so I set the alarm, set your phone alarm for like 2 hours or an hour and a half, 90 minutes. And then when you wake up, when you hear that alarm, you wake up and you just turn it off. And that's all you got to do. And then you can pull everything off if you want to at that time. It gets kind of cold during the night, so I would recommend taking it off. But do that 2 or 3 times a day for a couple days, and watch the difference. If you're dealing with a bronchial issue right now, or if you have a breast infection, which is common for women who have newborn babies, and you will probably see a difference. So I hope that helped you. If you have any questions, certainly you can comment, and have a great day, and thanks for joining us, and remember to share or subscribe, or both.